Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I feel good today. Okay, I will start first. On this occasion, I will tell you about 5G vision and requirement for mobile communication system toward year 2020. Introduction. The first generation of mobile communication system based on analog signal was born in the 1918 and it helped people get rid of the cycles of telephone line. In the 1990, more efficient second generation 2G mobile communication system based on digital communication occurred, and after that personal mobile communication have had a rapid development on a global scale. After 2000, with the deployment of 3G system, people can enjoy faster mobile internet experience, such as video telephone. When it comes to 2010, deployment of long-term evolution (LTE) based 4G commercial network further enhance the system capacity and user experience. According to the statistic of Global TD-LTE Initiative (GTI), three SIG-4 LTE commercial networks have been launched by the third quarter of 2015. The evolution map of mobile communication since 1980 is summarized in Figure 1, with the EM3 advanced system being deployed in the world. The fifth generation 5G mobile communication technology are emerging into research fields. In order to drive future development of mobile communication techniques, the METIS Mobile and Wireless Communication Enables for the 2020 Information Society project of European Union started research work of 5G at the end of 2012. In China, IMC 2020 Promotion Group was founded in April of 2013. EMT 2020 Promotion Group will serve as a platform to promote the 5G study. Its target is to organize domestic efforts to actively carry out international cooperation and to jointly promote the international development of 5G. In Korea, Samsung tested and verified the technical feasibility of millimeter wave in the bands of about 28 GHz. Other possible candidate technology such as massive MIMO, novel, multiple access, and now channel coding have attracted more and more interest. The International Telecommunication Union has also started a study on the international mobile telecommunication system toward 2020, EMC 2020, since 2013. Third Generation Partnership Project 3GPP will start its study and standardization work on EM3 2020 from March 2016. This paper discusses the vision of the mobile communication towards years 2001 and the capabilities of 5G system are derived on condition that a sustainable ecosystem of mobile communication system could be built to meet the market demand of year beyond 2020. 2. Vision for mobile communication towards 2020. The global development of LTE cultivates the mobile user to be used to the mobile data in their daily life tremendously. The video service and social application, for example WeChat, Facebook, and Twitter, have changed our life very much with the capabilities of LTE, especially high data rate and low latency. It is believed that the mobile communication will penetrate to every element of future society and create an all-dimensional, user-centered information ecosystem. A fully mobile and connected society is expected in the near future, which will be characterized by a tremendous amount of growth in connectivity, traffic volume, and a much broader range of usage scenarios. Accordingly, the mobile broadband (MBB) service and Internet of Things (IoT) will be the two main drivers in the future development of mobile communication, and they will provide a broad prospect for the next generation mobile communication system (5G), the overall vision of which is depicted in Figure 2. 3. Service scenario and performance challenge. As described in Figure 2, the future mobile communication system will penetrate to every corner of the society and bring us the immersive user experience. To derive the requirement for the 5G system, the typical service and user demand will be the mandatory requirement for the 5G. Well, the typical deployment scenario will also bring some bottlenecks to be solved by 5G system, especially from the domestic and commercial application perspective. For example, some bottlenecks for example, the cost and efficiency. This section identifies the service and user demands beyond year 2020 according to the possible popular service and user behavior in 5G era and drives the specific requirement of 5G system from the typical usage scenario perspective. For sustainability and efficiency requirement to provide the immersive service to the user in affordable way, the cost and efficiency of 5G system need to be considered when it is deployed and maintained after the commercial deployment. As forecasted in Figure 3, the mobile data traffic by year 2020 could grow by more than 100 times, while it is not possible for the user to pay for the mobile data approximately to the data volume. To achieve this, the high cost efficiency of the network will be a key to make a successful 5G. To reduce the cost per bit of 5G, the spectrum efficiency of 5G, the flexibility to adaptation to differentiated usage scenario and service, and simplified network optimization and maintenance are highly expected from 5G. 5. Key capabilities of 5G. 5G system must dramatically outperform previous generation system. 4G has solved support the following. 1. User experience data rate zero point 0.1 and 1 Gbps. 2. Connection density 1 million connection per square kilometer. 3. End-to-end latency millisecond level. 4. Traffic volume density tens of Gbps per square kilometer. 5. Mobility higher than 50-100 km per hour. 6. Peak data rate tens of Gbps. Among these requirements, user experience data rate, connection density, and end-to-end latency are the three most fundamental ones. Meanwhile, 5G needs to significantly improve the efficiency of network deployment and operation compared with 4G. 5G should have 3 to 5 times improvement in spectrum efficiency and more than 100 times improvement on energy and cost efficiency. The performance requirement and efficiency requirement define the key capabilities of 5G, which can be illustrated as a blooming flower in Figure 6. The petals and leaves rely on each other. The petals represent the 6 key capabilities in terms of performance and can fulfill the diverse requirements of future service and scenario. The leaves represent the 3 key capabilities in terms of efficiency and can guarantee the sustainable development of 5G. The top of each petal means the maximum value of the corresponding capability. 6. Candidate technology and spectrum. To achieve the above 5G requirement objective, there are some emerging technology proposed by many organizations and companies including the following. 1. Novel multiple access such as HCMI, Sparse Code Multiple Access, MUSA, Multi-User Shared Access, PDMA, Pattern Division Multi-Access, and RSMA, Resource Spread Multiple Access. 2. New waveforms like filtered OFDM, UFMG, universal filtered multi-carrier, window OFDM, and so forth to maximize the spectrum utilization. 3. Massive MIMO technologies to increase the spectrum efficiency. user experiences, data rate, and system capacity. For new channel coding such as polar code and LDPC, low density parity check code to increase the spectrum efficiency. 5. Software defined air interface and end-to-end network slicing to increase the system flexibility to support all kinds of service and to enhance the overall network cost efficiency. 7. Conclusion. 5G will be able to sustainable satisfy the requirement of the 100 time traffic growth. 5G will provide users with fiber-like access, data rate, and zero latency user experience. 5G will be capable of connection 100 billion devices. 5G will be able to deliver a consistent experience across a variety of scenarios, including the cases of ultra-high traffic volume density, ultra-high connection density, and ultra-high mobility. 5G will also be able to provide intelligent optimization based on service and user awareness and will improve energy and cost efficiency by over 100 of times, enabling us all to realize the vision of 5G. Information a finger away, everything in touch. I think enough. That is end my presentation. Be continue by Rahayu Arsinta, maybe. Okay.
Okay, hi all.
Hi.
Hi.
On this occasion, I want to tell you about cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing is the delivery of demand computing service from application to storage and processing power, typically over the internet and on a pay-as-you-go basis. How does cloud computing work? Rather than owning their own computing infrastructure or data centers, companies can rent access to anything from application to storage from a cloud service provider. One benefit of using cloud computing service is that firms can avoid the upfront cost and complexity of owning and maintaining their own IT infrastructure, and instead simply pay for that what they use when they use it. In turn, providers of cloud computing service can benefit from significant economy of scale by delivering the same service to a wide range of customers. What cloud computing services are available? Cloud computing services cover a vast range of options now, from the basic of storage, networking, and processing power truck to natural language processing and artificial intelligence, as well as standard office application. Pretty much any service that does not require you to be physically close to the computer hardware that you are using now be delivered via the cloud. What are examples of cloud computing? Cloud computing underpins a vast number of services that includes customer service like Gmail or the cloud backup of the photo on your smartphone. Talk to the service which allow large enterprises to host all their data and run all of their applications in the cloud. Netflix relies on cloud computing service to run its video streaming service and its other business systems too, and have a number of other organizations. Cloud computing is becoming the default option for many apps. Software vendors are increasingly offering their application as a service over the internet rather than standalone product as they try to switch to subscription model. However, there is potential downside to cloud computing, in that it can also introduce now cost and now risk for company using it. Why is it called what is it called cloud computing? A fundamental concept behind cloud computing is that the location of the service and many of the details such as the hardware or operating system on which is it running are largely irrelevant to the user. It is with this in mind that the metaphor of the cloud was borrowed from old telecoms network schematics. in which the public telephone network, and later the Internet, was often represented as a cloud to denote that the just did not matter. It was just cloud of stuff. This is an oversimplification, of course. For many customers, location of their service and data remains a key issue. What is the history of cloud computing? Cloud computing is a term has been around, but the concept of computing as a service has been around for much. When computer bureaus would allow companies to run time on mainframe rather than have to buy one themselves. These time-sharing services were largely overtaken by the rise of the PC, which made owning a computer much more affordable, and then in turn by the rise of corporate data centers where companies would store vast amounts of data. But the concept of renting access to computing power has surfaced again and again. In the application service providers, actually computing and grid computing. This was followed by cloud computing, which really took hold with the emergence of software as a service and hyperscale cloud computing providers such as Amazon Web Services. How important it how important is the cloud? Building the infrastructure to support cloud computing now accounts for more than a third of it in all IT spending worldwide. According to research from IDC, meanwhile spending on traditional in-house IT continue to slide as computing workloads continue to move to the cloud, whether that it public cloud service offered by vendors or private clouds built by enterprise themselves. That around on the third of the enterprise IT spending will be on hosting and cloud service this year, indicating a growing reliance on external sources of infrastructure, application management, and security service. Analysis Gartner predict that half of global enterprise using the cloud. According to Gartner, global spending on cloud service, but it is not entirely clear how much of that demand is coming from business that actually want to move the cloud and how much is being created by vendors who now only offer cloud version of their products, often because they are keen to move away from selling one-off license to selling potentially more lucrative and predictable cloud subscriptions. What is infrastructure as a service? Cloud computing can be broken down into three cloud computing models. Infrastructure as a service refers to the fundamental building blocks of computing that can be rented, physical or virtual servers, storage, and networking. This is attractive to companies that want to build applications from the very ground up and want to control nearly all the elements themselves. But it does require firms to have the technical skill to be able to orchestrate service at the level. Research by Oracle found that two-thirds of AES users said using online infrastructure make it easier to innovate. What is a platform as a service? Platform as a service is the next layer up, as well as the underlying storage, networking, and virtual service. This will also include the tools and software that developers need to build applications on top of. The code include middleware, database management, operating system, and development tools. What is software as a service? Software as a service is the delivery of application as a service, probably the version of cloud computing that most people are used to on a day-to-day basis. The underlying hardware and operating system is irrelevant to the end user, who will access the service via web browsing or app. It is often both on a per-seat or per-user basis. According to research IDC, in the medium term, accounting for two-thirds of all public clouds, which will on drops like it just under. SEAS spending is made up of application and system infrastructure software. NIDC said that spending will be dominated by application versus cloud computing benefit. The exact benefit will vary according to the type of cloud service being used, but fundamentally, using cloud service means company not having to buy or maintain their own computing or infrastructure. No more buying service, updating application or operating system, or decommissioning and disposing of hardware or software when it's out of date, as it is taken care of by supplier, then rely on in-house skills. A company that specializes in running the, the securing the service is likely to have better skill and more experienced staff than a small business called over the air. So, cloud service may be able to deliver a more secure and efficient service to end users. Using cloud service means company can move fast on projects and test on concept without lengthy processment and big upfront costs, because from only pay for the resource they consume. This concept of business agility is often mentioned by cloud advocates as a key benefit. The ability to spin up a new service without the time and effort associated with traditional IT processment should mean the easier to get going with the new application. Okay, that's enough for me. Thank you. Next, Sinta.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hello.
I will tell you about responsibility because it is one of the most important things in life. Responsibility is one of the attitudes that every individual in the world must have. This attitude is very useful in living life and as learning to develop oneself. The definition of responsibility is human awareness of behavior or action, whether intentional or not in. The Big Indonesia Decree KBBI responsibility means a condition which are obliged to bear of rating or an obligation to bear. Responsibility is formed along with the growth and development of the child because these attitudes come from the heart and the willingness of oneself to carry out their obligation. The benefit of an attitude of responsibility, a person can be trusted, respect, appreciated, and liked by others. There is an attitude of courage to admit mistakes made and willing to change them with better action, making a child will act more careful in doing something. An example of an attitude of responsibility. Responsibility to guard, carry out order, and stay away from prohibition, be grateful for what has been obtained, and care for the environment as God creation. Responsibility to yourself, maintain health, safety, cleanliness, and be responsible for action. Responsibility to family, maintaining cleanliness, comfort, and safety in the family, obeying the rules that have been set together, and behaving in accordance with norms. Responsibility to the community, participating in the community activities, doing action in the accordance with applicable norms and having the court to report incidents that are detrimental to the community to the others. Responsibility to the nation and state, maintaining the unity and integrity of the nation, loving the homeland, preserving language and cultural art. First, responsibility is a recipe for success. If you want to be successful person, then you have to take full responsibility for yourself. To everything that happens in life, everything you experience, and anything that might happen in the future. Get us to being responsible even for small things such as your relationship with your partner, your achievement in life, the result you get, to your healthy condition, both physical and mental. Second, membership from a strong self-character. Being responsible for yourself is not easy. It's not even easy at all. It would be more comfortable if you had someone to blame. Parents, clients, economic circumstance, spouse, CO workers, and many more. That is what distinguishes successfully people from people who fail in life. Responsibility people in life are closer to success because they always see themselves and someone to blame. Thus, they will try to be better. 3. A responsible person has full control over his life. Responsibility is about how you respond to your environment. Here are two options for you: waiting passively for a golden opportunity to come, sitting idle by someone who has power, or waiting for luck to fall from again. The second option is to take control of your own life, get up and take action, create your own destiny, uh, try new things if needed, and get out of your comfort zone. These two options will give completely buat yourself. A responsible person can control himself to respond to everything that happens around him. They never blame. Know their obligation. They are undergo everything wholeheartedly, will feel comfort for to take responsibility for your partner. Start by being responsible on your own part. Responsible as a leader, in addition to being responsible to yourself and your personal life. At some point in your life, you might have to answer to someone else. For example, you become the leader of a company or become a manager where you work, you will be faced with even greater responsible. That's enough and thank you for attention.
Okay, thank you. Let's just end this end the meeting this time. See you next time.
See you.